Hey, let's go over lesson 34, solving basic percent problems. So there are three basic types of percent problems. Find a given percent of a given number. For example, find 25% of 640. Find a percent given two numbers. So for example, 15 is what percent of 50? Find a number that is given is a given percent of another number. For example, 10% is what number is 12. So we're going to use two techniques to solve percent problems, the translation method and the proportion method. Whichever method you use is completely up to you. So the translation method, in this method, we will directly translate from the problem to an equation. So recall the word of translates to multiplication. This is the way I honestly do it on everyday life for myself. The word is translates to equal sign or equals. We'll just leave it at equals. And all percents should be expressed as decimals or fractions. Decimals or fractions. All right. So that being said, what number is 25% of 640? So to represent what number, I use the letter X. Is means equals. 25% in decimal form. So that's, move your decimal over two places, is 0.25. Of means multiplication. And then 640. So X equals 0.25 times 640. 0.25 times 640. Then the answer is X is 160. For the next one, we just need to go around the world. So, or change this, well, no, because it's 8 1/3 is 1/3 continues on and on. So I'm going to make this a fraction. So 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25 over 3. Okay. And that's percent. So if I want to make it a fraction, get rid of the percent, I have to, what are they doing here? Well, it's the same thing though. What number is X? Is equals, and then I got to change this percent to a decimal. So 25 over 3, and then I need to divide that, but I can't because it's going to give me something nasty. So I want to change that from 25 over 3, and I need to divide this by 100, right? So I'm going to come up here and have a little scratch area for this. 25 over 3, and I need to divide that by 100. So that means 25 over 3, because remember I need more space. Sorry, y'all, I'm working on it here. 25 divided over 3 divided by 100. We're going to keep, switch, flip. So that becomes 25 over 3 times 1 over 100. Okay, these two reduce by 25. This one becomes 1, this one becomes 4. So this is equal to 1/12. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this completely. I just want to go X, what number is equals 1/12 of multiplies 120. So I just need to take 1/12 of 120, which means I'm multiplying them. They're over 1. These reduce. 12 goes into 12 once. 12 goes into 120 10 times. So it's 1 times 10 is 10, and 1 times 1 is 1. So the number is 10. Needed to get that switch from a percent to a fraction before doing this. If we'd have made this a decimal, if we'd have made this 8.333 percent and then changed it to a decimal of 0.083, even if we kept a couple of them, that times 120, what do we get? 0.0833 times 120. Yeah, we don't get an exact number. And if we do the fraction, we get exactly the 10. So that's why I didn't want to round that to a decimal, because The 3 is continuous and you wouldn't get an actual 10 for an answer. Okay, 15 is, so 15 is what percent, so this is X, but in a percent of times 50. And I'm solving for X, so I'm going to divide both sides by 50. Yeah, I'll use a decimal. 15 divided by 50 is 0.3. Now that's the decimal version. That's not switching it to a percent. To switch a decimal to a percent, remember you've got to move your decimal over to the right 2 places and add a cute little percent sign, or just multiply by 100. So that would be X is equal to 30%. Okay. 10 is what percent of 80? Again, I'm going to divide both sides by 80. So this is 0.8 is equal to X. And I just need to multiply it by 100. No, that's not right. 10 over 80 is not 0.8. That's 1/8. Frustrated with myself now. 10 over 80. To do this, I just need to divide it. 10 divided by 80 is 0.125. You ever have those days, y'all? And this is the decimal, but I need to switch it to a percent. So I need to multiply it by 100 and add my percent sign. Okay. 10% of what number is 12? 10% of what number is 12? Change my percent to a decimal. So 0.10 times X is equal to 12. Divide both sides by 0.10. And X is equal to 120. 11 1/9. I need to switch this. So 99 times 1 is 100 over 9. And I need to divide that by 100 to get rid of the percent. And that is 100 over 9 times 1 over 100, which is 1/9. Okay, now I can work the problem. 1/9 of what number is 20? Okay, well, to get rid of the 1/9, I have to divide both sides by 1/9. Divide by 1/9. 20 divided by 1/9 is keep, switch, flip. So that's 180. X is equal to 180. Okay. That's a lot. Goodness. All right. Proportion method. This is the other way you can do it. We can also set up a proportion to solve percent problems. We will set it up as part is to whole as percent is to 100. So the word is often helps us locate the part, and the word of often helps us locate the whole. All right. So is over of is equal to percent times 100. So it says, what number is 36% of 120? So the what number is the X. So is, so before the is X of, well, we don't know what that is yet. The of is 120. So 120 equals the percent, 36 over 100. And now I just solve for X. I can do this by cross multiplying. 100 times X is 100X. And 36 times 120. Nope. Is 4320. And then divide both sides by 100. X is equal to 43.2. Okay. For the next one, what number? So that again, that is our X. Of is our 1200. equals, all right, then we've got 4 1/6%, which is going to be in our numerator over 100. I need to take that 4 1/6 and switch that to a decimal. I can't, or a fraction. I can't make it to a decimal because 1/6 is not pretty. 1 divided by 6. Yeah, no. So 25 over 6 is what I'm going to have to do in my numerator. All right, cross multiplying. I'm just going to leave it there. Cross multiplying, it's 100 times x and 25 over 6 times 1200. So 100x is equal to 25 over 6 times 1200. The 6 and the 1200 reduce. 6 goes into 6 once and goes into 1200 200 times. So now I've got 100x is equal to 25 times 200, which is 5,000, and then divide both sides by 100, and x is equal to 50. Let's see where that, yeah, there it is. Okay. The next one. 14 is what percent of 25? So we've got the is over of is equal to percent over 100. Well, we don't know what the percent is. So the percent is going to be my x. That's going to be x over 100. The is over the of is my 14 divided by 25. So 14 is, and the of 25. All right, cross multiply. 14 times 100 is 1400. 25x, divide both sides by 25. And x is equal to 1400 divided by 25 is 56. And that is the percent. Okay, because the x is representing where the percent is. All right, 10 is what percent of 200? So we've got 10 and the of 200. And then we're looking for the percent, so it's x over 100. So whatever we get for x, that is our percent. So we need to put our percent sign with it. 10 times 100 is, I have to think through this. Okay. That's 1,000. 3 equals 200x. Divide both sides by 200. And x is equal to 5. And that is our percent. Okay. 20% of what number is 45? So the 20% is our 20 over 100. The is 45 is going to be our 45 is in the top, because remember that's our is, and we're looking for the of. All right, of what number? Cross multiply. 45 times 100 is 4,500. 20 times x is 20x. Divide both sides by 20. And x is equal to 225. Okay. The next one, we need to change this to a fraction. 12 times 3 is 36, 37, 38 over 3, and this is a percent, so I need to change it to a decimal, or get rid of the percent is what I need to do. So I need to divide this by 100. So 38 over 3 times 1 over 100 is 38 over 300. So that's 38 over 300. Okay. So now I've got, that's my percent changed to getting rid of the percent sign of what number. So is 760. Well, there's my 760 is my is over x is equal to, well, I didn't need to divide that by 100, did I? I went ahead and did it though. So I'm going to put this whole thing right here. What I would typically do if I hadn't have done this, I'm sorry. I should have put 38 over 3 and then divided by 100 because I didn't do the 1 over 100. If you're okay with me doing this, I'm going to go ahead and take this, the 38 over 300 instead of going back and doing the work again. And then I'm just going to cross multiply. So 760 times 300 is, oh gosh, maybe I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do this. It's too much. It looks too weird. Let's go back to the way it's supposed to do. 760 over x is supposed to be 38 over 3 over 100. All right, now I'm going to cross multiply. 760 times 100 is 76,000. 1, 2, 3, okay. And 38 over 3 times x. There we go, that's better. Now, all I need to do is solve for x. So I can divide both sides by 38 over 3. And x will equal, I'm going to take my 76,000 divided by, so I'm going to keep, switch, and then flip it. There we go. And then I'm going to reduce by, I don't know, let's see, 76,000 divided by 38. Oh, heck yeah, they is reduced to 1 and 2,000. 2,000 times 3 is 6,000, and that is my answer. My goodness, these are some doozies, y'all. I am so sorry. Brutal, brutal, brutal. All right, that is my lecture for 34. Get your homework done. Let me know what questions you have, and I'm going to see you in 35.